Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. Do not come for me in the comments. I love LaCroix. So I wanted to practice a little bit on making my volume fans. I kind of had a lot on my mind and I was ready to practice, and I was thinking, well, let me bring the girlies along and show them what I do. And I'm going to show you guys from a standpoint, if I were a beginner, what I would do. And this is the same thing that I use to help me get quicker and kind of help me get the hand movements down packed. So let's get started. So here I am just picking out my tools. As you guys know, I've said before, sometimes tools hit different for different days, and I have a million and one of the same tweezers, same types and styles, and I just leave some at home to practice with. So I'm going to be figuring out which tool I want to use today to hand make these fans with you guys. So this is the most important part. So here, what you want to do if you're a beginner is you want to get one easy fan strip and put it at the top, and then the rest of them are regular volume fans. I am using 0.03, which is my favorite. That is all I use. And so we are going to get started. I am using a sponge that one of my students started on, and I am just going to finish it. It might take me a while to finish it, but I just am going to do as much as I can today. So brush your lashes out. What you want to do is brush your lashes out. Make sure, because easy fan definitely gets a little stuck sometimes, I've noticed, so you might want to just brush and rough that up a little bit before you get started. So here, what I do first is go in with the easy fan, and just to kind of get the hand movements in place. Now, I'm not a fan of easy fans anymore because I normally don't use them, but I do like them for practice. I do like them to teach my students. I like using them for that. So what I do is I just want to get the hand movements going, so I go in twice with the easy fan, and then I switch over to the regular volume fans. And that's pretty much the gist of it, because you want to be able to go back and forth with both and just get the hand movements down pat. So watch how I am placing my fingers. I am placing the finger behind my nail for that extra support when I'm going in and making my volume fan. And the reason I like to do that is because sometimes if I am using the pinch method, this is the pinch method that I'm using. When I'm using this method, sometimes like it's hard for me to get my hand stable. Well, it used to be, so I would just put my nail behind my, I want to say that's my ring finger, and then I press down, and it is a lighter hand than you think. Now that all I use is volume fans, I find it harder to use easy fans because you have to put a little bit more force behind making an easy fan. But with a volume fan, you can just let it pretty much open up on its own. So I really encourage you guys to do this method, going back and forth, because it just helps you get the motion down, because that is the thing that we struggle with, is keeping the consistency with making the fans and having our hand placements, our hands in the right position. So the more that you could do that, if you go back and forth, because I know some people are transitioning from easy fan to regular volume, it will be very easy for you to do. So I was watching this Netflix documentary called Our Father. You guys should check it out. And it was just getting me, because there's this girl, she found out that she was, her mom's doctor was her father, pretty much. He was inseminating all these women, and she had like all these siblings. Like, could you imagine like possibly marrying your brother, or like sleeping with your brother or something like that, and you had no clue? That would be so messed up. So check it out, it's on Netflix. So you guys, it is a lighter hand than you think. I really like to do the pinch method because I love getting my fans straight pointy for side attachment, but I also like having it look a little bit of like a triangle at the bottom, because that's where you get the best lash wraps from, is having it look a little bit like a triangle. So you'll see down on the sponge where I have some of them look like little triangles at the base, and that is what I use to lash wrap. Someone asked me a question, one of my students one day asked me a question, could you lash wrap with Easy Fan? And I have never lash wrapped with the Easy Fan. It's more so the lash just sits pretty much on top. It really doesn't wrap around just because some of that adhesive is stuck on there, but with regular volume it will just open up and it will kind of wrap around the lash as soon as you place it. Another tip I like to tell you guys is to make sure that you're changing your adhesive out every 10 to 15 minutes, so you'll know when it starts to get a little thicker, it's time for you to change it. I only practiced for about 20 minutes. I don't believe in practicing for long periods of time because it just starts to become not fun. So I feel like when you can take it in increments, it makes it a whole lot easier for you guys. So just let it open up slowly, and then you have a beautiful fan. And sometimes when you mess them up, you can actually, as soon as you dip it in the glue, you can let it just come back together. But it's all about practice, you guys. Sometimes I mess up on them and I just keep going. So if I find that I mess up volume a little bit more, I go back with the Easy Fan and then I practice a little bit just to get the hand movements back down, because honestly it is about the hand movements. It's not about making a super perfect fan. It's about getting the right movement. As soon as you pinch, you slightly open, let it bloom, and then close it back. And just pay attention to where my fingers are. There's a finger kind of close to the base, and then a finger connecting, and right there where my thumbnail is on my ring finger for that support, you let it open, then you dip, and then place a little rock for a wrap, and that's pretty much it, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed watching this with me and practicing, and let me know down and below what you guys would like to see in my next video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.